Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Guns Locked. I'm Gunther the Great, and today I wanted to start a 5-episode series. It is an unedited series, so there's going to be no edits whatsoever. Let's just jump straight into it. The whole purpose of the series is basically to show you guys how to get dreadlocks like a certain person, which I've already done before, but this is unedited and basically showing you how I did it. And I've done a lot of methods to get my dreadlocks, and I've helped other people get theirs. So let me slow down so I don't mess up anything. But right here we can see that I'm on Guns Locked Instagram. Make sure to go give me a follow so you can see what's going on the channel and see just like some pretty cool content. I mean, just some fun content. And right here we see how like I do transformations and whatever, and it just shows what videos are actually going to be coming up. Like I did a video on Coolie Cut and that video dropped, and then this is a guy that I think I might do a video on. If you guys want to see this video, make sure to comment down below. First person to comment on this was Aaron Stark 6. Shout out to him. And let's just jump straight into it. Today we're going to learn how to get dreadlocks like Lil Pump, because he is like a really requested dreadlocker or rap or whatever. A lot of people want to know how to get dreadlocks like Lil Pump, so that's going to be the first video of this series. So let's just launch straight into it. This is behind the scenes footage of the music video that they did together. Well, him and Kanye West did together. But basically, just to start off, we can say that Lil Pump, looking at his dreadlocks, we've seen him up close, we've seen him far away, but on his dreadlocks you can see that he actually interlocks his dreads. Let's see if we can find a well, messing up already, but let's see if we can find a picture of his hair, how it looks interlocked. It is always tough trying to find pictures of rappers' hair, just because like they don't really take close-up pictures in general. But let's see if we can find something. I didn't even know he had a picture with Drake, but yeah, there's a picture with Drake. There we go. Anyway, if you look at some of the pictures with his hair when it's blue, you can see him interlocks. You can see how the interlocks are right here. And yeah, so his hair is interlocked. And how to do interlocks, I actually have a video on it, so we're going to show you a little clip on how to actually get interlocks. We're going to look at this video right here. And you can see that I'm actually just combing out my roots right here. And I'm combing up my roots. You can see how much new growth I actually have on my dreadlocks. About 2 to almost 2.5 inches of new growth. And you always want to comb out your new growth so that your hair can be at its longest length at all times versus having so much shrinkage. But basically what I'm doing right here is getting separation, making sure that the hair that's inside of the dreadlock is inside of the dreadlock and no other hair is coming into that dread, because you don't want to have that. So what I'm doing is crochet hooking as much as possible, but then also a little along down the line I am interlocking. I think I show it, so we're going to move a little forward. You're going to see me separate the root. So right here I'm literally just separating the root, and then I am pushing the dreadlock through it. And this is literally how Lil Pump does his hair. Now if you want to get into hair dye or however he dyes his hair, first off you just want to bleach your hair and then dye your hair whatever color you would like. If you want to dye it blue like he had his hair, if you want to dye it, it's like a weird dark brown or green looking color right now, but you can dye it literally every color you would like. If you wanted to do the pink and blonde, then go ahead and do the pink and blonde, but that's all after doing the method to actually get the dreadlocks. So he does interlock his dreads, and that's how he maintains them, and how the method he chose to get the dreadlocks, you know what I'm saying? Well, actually, to actually get them, he did braiding, and then he moved on to using rubber bands at the tips and at the roots. And then eventually they started to lock up. I'm pretty sure he did that with crochet hooking, like which I'm doing right here, and just crochet hooking it. And then now he just maintains it with interlocking, which he actually has been doing for quite some time, because you can see in this picture that the interlocks go all the way to his tips almost. So yeah, that's just kind of the process behind it, is interlocking and allowing that hair to constantly lock up. And interlocking is a quick solution to actually locking up your dreadlocks, especially if you want to do it like Lil Pump. But yeah, you can see Lil Pump's hair. Like there's sometimes where his hair is actually really maintained. Like right here, it's not really maintained. But if you go down to when he had his hair purple, it was still a little more maintained than how it was with the blonde. But the most his hair was ever maintained was when I think when he barely dyed it purple. Either that, or I would most likely say when he had his hair red and green. And that does come from, you know, interlocking, and that's what he did, and that's the method he chose to keep them. And you can see how tight his dreadlocks are right here. And you know, that could come from, you know, maybe even twist and rip if he started out that way, or any other method he did start out with dreads. But to maintain his hair, like I said, twist and rip, well, not twist and rip, but the interlocking method is what he's choosing to go about maintaining it. And it is a quick solution on maintaining your hair. But look how clean his dreadlocks look right here. And that could come from crochet hooking and other stuff like that. But then again, I mean, there was speculations that he did have fake dreads. I mean, if you look at his hair right here, and then you look at one of his newer posts, you can say like maybe he did have fake dreads. Like they look skinnier right here. They look more frayed at the tips. The roots don't look super maintained, but I mean, that's kind of just how it goes. And then, I mean, just looking at this photo, look at his hair. But it is just from his hair being fried. I don't think he had fake dreadlocks at any point. There was a point in time that I thought he did have fake dreads, but I don't believe he does, right now at least, for sure. But I mean, it does give you kind of concerns like, okay, look how maintained his hair looks like right here. Really full, looks like there's a lot of dreads. The dreads are really thick. And then obviously when you scroll up, you go to those other dreads that they just look a little messed up. But at the same time, he is maintaining his dreads with cutting them and trimming them and stuff like that. And, you know, bleaching and dyeing. Like, look at his hair right here. It looks a little more healthy, even though it is bleached and dyed and colored. And, you know, still looks a little more healthy than how it looked, or how it looks now. But yeah, I mean, that's just kind of how he maintains his hair with interlocking. Especially now. Back then he probably not have, well, there goes my English. But anyway, back then I don't really think he did interlocking as much. I mean, you could see a little bit of interlocking right here. It's just they hit it a little bit more with probably crochet hooking, palm rolling. They could have done anything. But yeah, that's kind of just how he got him. This is behind the scenes of the music video he did with the tiger. I wonder if that was a real tiger. But yeah, guys, what do you guys think of his hair? Well, you can actually see it perfectly right here. You can see all the interlocks. You can see where his hair is knotted, but obviously he did cut his dreadlocks and then reattach them. That just goes to show that his hair was actually really short. If you see how it's reattached right here, that just goes to show that his hair was actually really short. And then they reattached his dreadlocks because he ended up cutting some from the back, reinstalling them. He does so much to his hair. You can see why his hair may be unhealthy, but overall, like, you know, dreadlocks are dreadlocks, and you do what you want with your hair, and that's what he wants to do with his hair. And a lot of people like his hair, and you know, his hair it's not bad, it's not good. I mean, his hair, obviously, I mean, it's kind of cool. I like his hair. It's interesting, that's for sure. But you can see how much, even right here, from this picture of it looking super full and long and everything like that, going to this picture, and this is only a few pictures before that one. But if you go from this to this, still doesn't really match up. But I mean, that's dreadlocks for you. Some days they look good, some days they don't. That's kind of just how it goes. But yeah, what do you guys think? What do you guys think about his dreadlocks? Do you consider getting dreadlocks like Lil Pump with the interlock method, or he may have even done like palm rolling or twist and rip? A lot of crochet hooking for sure. Crochet hooking is one of the #1 things to speed up the process of actually getting dreadlocks. So I mean, if you want to get dreadlocks like Lil Pump, I think the best thing to do would be to start out with some sort of locking. What he did was put rubber bands at the root and rubber bands at the tips of his dreads, and then allowed them to lock up. And then over time did some crochet hooking, I'm sure, and then now he's maintaining by the interlocking method. So that's basically how you'd want to get dreadlocks like Lil Pump. If you were Lil Pump or you want to get dreadlocks like him, that's exactly how you do it. The #1 method would be interlocking. That's how he maintains them, and how they go from looking like, where's the blue dreads, from looking like this, like super frayed and very messy, you know how his hair looks like right here, it's from going to that to how it looks right here. So it's pretty quick, very easy. It almost even looks like he has wax and stuff in his hair, but that's not the case. It is just from interlocking, and I'm sure he twists his hair too. He does a whole bunch of stuff to his dreadlocks. A lot of people have Frankenstein dreadlocks, is like what I like to call them, is when you do everything to your dreads. You know, you twist and rip, you interlock, you crochet needle. It's basically Frankenstein dreadlocks, doing everything possible to your dreadlocks. But that is the video. Hopefully you guys are going to enjoy this series, and hopefully you enjoyed the channel. If you are new, subscribe. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video, which will be dropping tomorrow. Stay tuned. It's weird for me to do raw videos and not edit them. I want to keep it raw with you guys on this one and not do any edits or try to leave anything out that I'm trying to hide from you guys or anything like that. I want to keep it raw and tell you guys exactly what you need to do in order to get dreadlocks like these people. So hopefully you guys enjoy this little series that I'm doing. And yeah, that's the end of the video. Hopefully you guys, well, okay. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.